Hey there everybody, welcome back. Once again, I am Top Madness, I'm the voice of TopStarcraft, and I'm here bringing you another of my EU ladder placement matches. We're going to see me playing against Tar Quaran, the red Zerg spawning in the top left position on Tal Darim altar, against me tearing it up, the blue random Terran player, spawning in the top right position. One of these maps that I really do enjoy playing on, even as the Terran, Tal Darim altar, because the super awesome natural. It's very easy to defend. You got a ramp coming up and then another choke point, as well as a choke point leading into your main. Zerg also seem to like it a lot as well because we put a spine crawler right here and pretty much be safe from a lot of stuff. However, siege tanks in low ground definitely can pose a threat to their natural early on. So these are pretty good spawn positions for me as a Terran player. And honestly, I don't remember playing this game at all, so see how things work out. But a little background, guys. This is my third game of my placement matches on the EU server. I just recently was able to get an EU account thanks to all the donations I have received from casting and teaching, so it's been great. And this is the account. My name is Terran It Up, and playing random. So I rolled Terran. I believe I'm 2-0 right now on this account, leading going into this game, and feeling pretty good about it overall. You know, people talk about the ladders now. You know, there's a lot of people on the EU server, and I didn't find anything different from any other ladder. But here we see very standard Terran opening, getting that refinery after that barracks, super standard. And they're going to be getting actually a slightly earlier pool than you normally see. Definitely worried because I am once again a random player. He doesn't know I'm Terran yet, so he has no idea where I am. Still has not scouted me, sending these overlords all over the place, but really doesn't know what's going on quite yet in my camp. See barracks almost down, and once again not looking to do anything too cheesy. Again, I'm not a big fan of the whole, like, you know, random player cheese all the time kind of style of play. We see looks like these are going for an expansion here at 16, very normal. Get that early hatchery down, but he did get the spawning pull up, so he's going to be able to get a quicker queen right there, just like that. Wow, so good. As well as a few quick Zerglings just to kind of ward off any early pressure I might be seeing. But I'm looking for something a little more tech-oriented. As you see, that gas went down recently, I would say, a little while ago. See, trying to keep making the SCVs as much as possible. And my scout just finally, where is he? There he is. Finally going to move it into the Zerg base. Hopefully be able to scout, see what's up. Overlord's such a great tool. I think he's making a mistake by sending this Overlord in so quickly, as my tech really just kind of revealing itself. The factory's down, but he's not really going to get a great scout with that Overlord. I think if he'd saved it, would have been a little more helpful. Once again, we see that hatchery about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way done at this point. And Zerg getting his gas, get that Zergling speed. But you already see he kind of has map controls, kind of scooting around here with the Zerglings, looking to do a little pressure. I'm going to try to pick off this Overlord with my 2 Marines. Doing a little step micro, trying to get under it, make sure I guaranteed to get that kill, because giving that free scout, not a good thing. Actually, these Zerglings I think can get into my base. Yeah, I didn't wall in all the way. This was pretty bad on my part. Definitely not a good day for me, but I did take out that Overlord, so he is supply blocked just slightly. And my Terran macro kicking into high gear. Obviously, I'm actually dropping a second barracks. So my thought here was I was going to do a tank marine push, 2 racks, pumping a bunch of Marines. You see that reactor going down, and a factory with a tech lab, that early tank and siege mode going down. But I did forget my second gas, so it's going to be a little bit late. We see more drones coming out here for Tar Quaran, the red Zerg. We see a Roach Warren coming down here very, I would say earlier than normal. Generally speaking, Zerg like to get that the Baneling's nest up much more quickly. Not so much a fan of the Roaches against Terran players, but they're pretty effective against Marines, so I wouldn't say it's a bad choice. Going back to my base, we see kind of building up a little bit of money because I'm not macroing very well. But actually, so my friend was telling me about this build. I was in TeamSpeak with him and I was talking to him, and he was like, "Oh, you should do this build. It'll be so cool. You know, you don't even need stim pack. Like, it's awesome." And I was like, "Well, really? You know, what a great idea." So my macro is terrible in this game. We see another reactor coming down, and going back to the Zerg base. A little saturation getting down at his main, or natural, as well as the Banelings that's as well at his main, so definitely looking for some opening up all these tech aggressive options for the Zerg player. We do not see a lair yet. I think Banshees would have been a good choice for me because I would have just killed him. Didn't think about that, but here's that siege mode just now completing, as well as my first siege tank popping out. And still not really. I see a ton of Zerglings being produced here from the Zerg player. He's going to be looking to do some very early aggression coming out of the gate. And once again, my build kind of a first ever attempt by Matt. Yeah, so apparently this is when you should try builds, is on the ladder when you're trying to get placed, because you just, terrible macro so far. But back on topic, see the starport going down, feeling pretty good about myself. Again, not a lot of pressure on the Zerg. I think that's a mistake in this build. You kind of need to put some early aggression, maybe pushing with the tank and then, I don't know, Marines. But we see a bunch of some roaches popping out, as well as a ton of Zerglings, so definitely a formidable force for Tower Quoron. Not even sieging up my tanks. But again, Terran not that far behind, off one base, got very nice saturation. We should see a command center here. Actually really poor again. But I do need to be starting to make another command center here in a bit. It's getting about that time when I need to be expanding. But just tons of roaches coming out from here. Very little droning from our Zerg player. As we see mostly attacking units, a big force here moving out. Going to be looking to do some damage to Terran up me, the blue Terran hero. And really don't have a lot of units to hold it off. I don't have a stim pack. And this is a mistake. I think if I did this build again, were to refine it a little bit, I would sack that reactor, get the tech lab, and get, I really could use stim pack and combat shields. If you're going to do that many Marines, it's totally worth it. But right now, feeling okay. I have no idea what's going on. Actually, this is another problem. I think vision really bad. First medevac just coming out. There we go. Actually, I move out at the worst possible time in the history of the world. Yeah, I gotta take a ton of damage here, but I really can't back because I can't let the Zerglings surround my tanks. And Roach come in here, try to finish off that siege tank, but at what cost? He's going to lose all these roaches. So, all in all, pretty good trade here for me. We see I'm actually ahead in food once again, tearing it up, the blue Terran hero. Once again, Zerglings once again coming out, not even sieging up my tanks. Just need to kill as many Zerglings as I possibly can and make sure to block the entrance way as and holding this off. Losing just tons and tons of units. We see 18 more Zerglings on the way, so I definitely need to be very careful. I need to back up in my base once again. Something is wrong. There's that command center like I was talking about. I need to expand, and I know it's true. You see me scouting. Actually, this medevac, I don't know where it's going. Pull that medevac back. That was a clear misclick. We see 13 banelings in production. Oh my goodness. So yeah, very impressive force. Lots of units being produced. Going to look to do a little drop here. Because as Terran, when you're behind, best thing to do, drop somebody, do some damage. Guaranteed damage, always the best. Finally getting engineering bay because I'm a little worried. I think I double drop actually. Very nice, Matt, very nice. So yes, I do double drop in their base. I'm bringing 2 tanks and 8 Marines. I think it's a pretty, that size force is nice because you can really take out, if you send like some roaches over or something, you can really just take them out really easily. But going back to my base, once again, we see still producing off all of my structures, keep my minerals and gas nice and low. Zerg having an excess of minerals, but absolutely no gas. Scans, very key. Going to see this whole army, pretty good, pretty formidable force there. But these drop going to have a lot of firepower involved. Actually going to drop over here, looking for a good spot to drop. There we go. Boom, dropping off all my stuff. I think it's important to siege those tanks in good positions. And I use the Marines to kind of cover them. I'm going to try to pipe off as many overloads as I possibly can. So many P words. Making things hard for me. But here come the Zerglings, like we were talking about, having those tanks siege a whole lot. That Queen definitely going to go down. Going to spread out my Marines just a little bit because here come the Banelings. And basically Zerg sacking all those Banelings. I mean, great deal for me. I'm going to lift up. I don't think I lift anything actually. I'll try to lift. Oh, I got 1 tank, so I did manage to save one of the 2 tanks. So pretty costly drop for both of us. We see my macro kind of slipping just a little bit. I'm transitioning into Cloak Banshees because I saw there was a lair, but there were no Overseers, no Spire is really what you're worried about. Even if they can detect you with an Overseer, Queens are really bad against Banshees. So if they don't have any Spore Crawlers or any Spire units down, you really can't defend against your Banshee harass. Misclick there by me, obviously. With the stack up, we're going to see Zerg trying to take his 3rd base. He knows he needs to. As his main get awfully low, just like my main, almost mined out. And Matt finally tearing it up. Me, Blue Terran, finally taking that expansion. Did need to do that a while ago. We see I am very, very broke, dropping more barracks to supply that Marine army. And I think if I was going to do this build again, for sure, going to swap this factory or something and get that stim pack. It is so necessary. But that bunker's going up as well, looking for that max stop of game. And we see, oop, my command center didn't land for some reason. I don't know, but bad macro. You see, the Zerg making a ton of. I'm checking the units tab. He has 36. Oh, he has 74. 74 Zerglings, but you can see his drone clan clearly suffering. My Banshees are now... Oh, that's a medevac. Where's my Banshees? Banshees now out on the field. There we go with the cloak ability. Going to be very potent at dealing with the queens and other such important Zerg you want to kill. Mutalisks are out, however. Never a good spot to be in his Terran. Pin back in your base. However, the Zerg is only on 2 bases, just now taking his third, so I'm really not that far behind. Looking at the food, very, very even thus far. It's a macro patches. Bunch of Mutalisks popping. There's 5 Mutalisks out on the field. And honestly, his Terran, not very far behind, but could be in a better spot. We see Mutalisks looking to put some pressure on me. I do have a turret up, so feeling very, very safe. This medevac probably going to go down because I didn't pay attention whatsoever. He's actually looking to intercept drops. That's why his mules are over here. A lot of times Terran will put the drop right up along the top of the map, and they will pick it off nice and easily with these Mutalisks. But instead he's going to use it for map control, kind of controlling the watchtowers and such. You see he's poking around trying to see what exactly is going on with the Terran. That's me. And going to push out with these 2 Banshees, actually just missing the scouting overlords. Sitting right in the middle of everything. Mutas don't want to mess with all these Marines. Got a ton, nice and spread out. Again, I'm very light on the turrets. People watch me before. No, I am very, very lenient. There's a cloak going down, killing some more stuff. Pretty much tons and tons of damage coming out here from these Banshees. Focusing down Spore Crawler, always a good plan if you are a Bansheeing Terran. Oops, a little bit of lag there because my computer is dying on me. So, I'm trying to poke away at whatever I possibly can before that Overseer shows up. Which, actually, I don't know where he made. Yeah, he's got one. I don't know where it is. There it is. So, yes, getting the Banshees out of town. And harassed, keeping me in this game. I'm going to check that units tab. Once again, we see 45 SCVs to 34 drones. Definitely harassment doing its damage. Very heavy tank and Marine army coming out here looking pretty beefy. Need to get those upgrades. However, see a few more turrets going up just to be safe. Once again, I'm a minimalist turret guy. I think I have like 4 turrets for 2 bases. It's pretty good. Again, feeling very safe. And we see more tanks and Marines in production, kind of camping out a little bit, trying to get my macro up. And the scans continuously keeping tabs on what's going on with the Zerg player. Gonna go check back in his main base. We see we have the +1 melee attack on the way, as well as the +1 flyers attack from that spire. And not quite sure how much longer this game goes, but we see it's overseers all over the place, looking to spot the. I want to get harassed. Another drop being one more drop being loaded up, and that overseer is not going to be happy to fly over this over near this base. I think I go pop in a second. Not quite sure. But we got a drop coming in here, going up to the top of the map. Can I see it? Let me see. Yeah, I can see that overseer, so that's not a good spot. But he's going to see this drop, and it is pretty much screwed. I do not expect it to be successful, as it is flown by like 4 overlords and a Mutalisk. Wow. Okay, if this drop actually lands, I'm going to be the most impressed person in the whole wide world. The Marine popping out of the dropship, looking to do some drop damage. We see 1 Mutalisk, no match for all these Marines, going to stim and scoot on in here, trying to kill. And lots of Zerglings going to pop out my medevac real fast. We're going to try to pop somewhere safe, some little crevasse where the Zerglings cannot get a good surround. And Marines definitely paying for themselves, even though they will all go down. Once again, the drop harass being pretty effective. We see the Zerg's third now up and I would say running, but not very well saturated, as well as the tearing it up me. Once again, taking his building third command center, looking to morph that into Orbital and float it somewhere else exciting. Do we get those plus those 2 upgrades? Don't do this. Don't queue up upgrades. It's bad. But I have a ton of stuff. I didn't even notice. Like as much stuff I had. But we see the Zerg with melee attacks too, as well as the flyer attacks, up as well as a ton of banelings. This is ridiculous. There's so many banelings being made, and this point still feeling pretty good as a Terran player. Gonna send out those Banshees once again, looking to do even more economic damage. People forget in the mid to late game, Banshees are very effective at harassing. People don't tend to have detection everywhere. You know, you do that initial harass, people just tend to like throw the Banshees away, but you can use them again and again and again, and they're super effective all throughout the. Looks like Zerg actually looking to. What is he doing? Take a fourth. Wow, fast fourth. So Banshees actually, I sent these around to scout out around the map. You kind of see what's going on, and I think they're going to spot this fourth very quickly. Hopefully. Not quite sure if they do, actually. I'm actually, well, if I miss this fourth, I'm going to cry. But yes, there's a fourth going down for the Zerg player right here. Once again, expanding, very key. Try to keep those Zerg on as limited bases as absolutely possible. No, I do miss this. So I missed their fourth, which is a big blunder by yours truly. Not seeing that was there. But nice juicy third expansion, full of drones with no detection whatsoever. Banshee is going to be able to be super effective. Gonna see a Thor transition here as well. Mailing out to Thor's Society. I already have a fair tank count, as well as Marines. Kind of want some more heavy units. There goes the Banshees, killing everything they possibly can. Trying to do as much damage as humanly possible. Try to scoot out of here and save Banshees. A little more scoot and shoot, get one more extra. I'm gonna try to pop this queen actually, because queens let you mess with the larva inject cycle like you see right there. Really nice, really nice pickup as a Terran player. And scooting out once again, as little damage, no damage actually to my Mutalisks. Feeling very good. Not my Mutalisks, my Banshees. I call them Mutas for some reason. But there we go. Actually gonna fly right over that expansion, and I don't think I ever kill it. Nice. So yeah, playing like a scrub as usual, tearing it up once again. That is me. Blue Terran almost maxed out. Very scary army, and banking a ton of minerals because I can't defend. Doing that supply drop, but need another base as well. And just tons of SCVs every which way. Checking that units tab once again, we see it is 39 drones to almost 60 SCVs. Very good spot because of all that constant harass. And here comes a big push out here from the Terran. Me looking to end this Zerg, being a whopping 30 foot ahead. Very scary, especially with siege tanks and marines, and we're going to actually try to get a few Mutalisks here. There's a lot of Mutas, actually. Not realize he had so many. Oh, that's right. So he goes after my Banshees. I'm trying to bait him in, actually. Trying to bait him to my anti-air units like that. Oop, Thors, lots of damage. And are pretty good at killing stuff when you get this many. There's like, what is that, 8, 16, 21 Mutalisks to kill everything. But when it wipes out all your stuff, gonna see me just run back, and the Baneling's coming in trying to do damage. Gonna split, see me spread a little bit. Not great spreading, but pretty good. Most of my Marines. Zerg's in a lot of trouble. We see his Mutalisk count having to be blocking, having to pull back, as these Marines in a very scary position, going to threaten his main and natural. At this point, the Mutas have to engage. We've got to be very careful. Getting that free tank, though, that was big. I'm going to stim and try to engage the Mutas. They're just going to get melted, though. 1-1 Marines kill 2-0 Mutalisks so easily. And really nothing he's going to be able to do. He's going to try to come back, but the damage has been done. Mutalisk completely wiped out at this point. Last-ditch Zergling, Baneling effort. Marines way too powerful. Going to just tank these Banelings and pretty much decimate whatever the Zerg can throw at them. At this point, pretty much GG. Terran has the commanding food advantage. You see I am 30-40 food ahead now. Tons of Marines trying to defend the homeland, defend the main base from the Mutalisks. Zerg completely out of this. So, Terran up 3-0 and in my placement thus far for my, once again I'm playing random on the EU account, my EU server. Oh, yeah, there's the good game from Tarkwaran, good game I call, and that is going to be it. Thank you guys for watching. I think it's going to be it for tonight. I've casted 3 of these games now, but pretty much done for tonight. It's like 1 or 2 in the morning, so I will upload these games, I guess, as soon as I'm done with this, and I'll upload the other 2 placement matches tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching. Once again, I'm Top Madness. I'm the voice of TopStarcraft, and I am signing out.